Alright, so while I edit through 9 days of Milan footage, here's a few hours in Switzerland, in Bern. We are of course back with the Q3. We have the glimmer glass filter from Tiffin still on there, and I've now also taped the Leica logo. So this is when you arrive in Bern. This is the station in front of me there. So these guys painting some new lines. So again, just warming up that shutter button. Lines, colors, looks good. So this guy, he was really cool. His outfit, very stylish, matched the building. I like the lines there, so he sort of arm line matches the building and the bin. Same with the cigarette matching the blockwork of the building. I spun back around to see if it would look at all interesting in the other direction, but it didn't. Then I saw these two girls, so matching uniforms, matching hair, and then I spotted, far too late, another two guys in matching uniforms, matching hair. Could have pulled off a Pau Pescado style photo, but I was, yeah, far too far back. Now this guy, looking at the photo, he's looking directly down the barrel of the lens, but I had to slow it down because he's looking above me, he looks down, but one of those little surprises you get when you take photos, things that happen that aren't actually how they happened. Now, this is the downside of filming yourself. That would have been a cool photo, a bit more abstract, but just a guy smoking in my actual photo. Spotted these guys, so big sticks poking out of their bags. It turned out to be flags. So walked up, as soon as I caught up to them and saw an element ahead of them, which is, there was a blind guy with his cane. But yeah, I was hoping they were still following me. Checked over my shoulder, they were gone. Disappointing, but what can you do? This caught my eye, but then this guy did like this really sketchy sort of cartwheely front flip, so I went to check him out. Spun around to see if there was any other elements coming nearby, and I was about to flip out my screen, but then this guy started flipping out, so yeah, not the most elegant of moves, but I sort of like how weird he looks and the leading lines of the buildings and everything. Gave him a little clap and I was on my way. Now this could be a cool photo if you hang out and Bern a bit. Potentially someone, or if you could get a few people sort of tying their shoe, or I don't know, something to link in a bit like that. Now this is the government building, so government building sites need 3 layers of barbed wire. And this truck sort of looks like it's floating with the shadow there, but nothing too interesting going on there. Then I found this scene a little bit further down. I wasn't filming, but if you did have the time, you could make a cool composition out of that. Anything around building sites where it sort of becomes a bottleneck for pedestrians and you can sort of predict where they're going to go a bit easier. This is a Matt Stewart example. Always good to check out. White guy, white elements, got to take the photo, and then a white shoe and a white pair of pants came into the frame in the bottom corner. Then I spotted this little sculpture and the sort of teal oxidization of the copper. Could have been a good element if you found someone like this lady wearing teal pants, if she came a bit closer. But then I spotted another sculpture, another work of art came rolling into the scene, and the wheels sort of matched the two drain caps, or whatever you call those. So got some form of composition and decided to keep going. Very cool car though. Got this sort of mafia-esque looking guy, looking stern in front of some graffiti. Now this girl, she has this little circular, I don't know, band-aid or something on her arm. I saw a few people with them. But yeah, matched the circle of the skateboard, and then the pointed skateboard and the point of her leg. A couple of elements, nothing too crazy. But then this fountain is just a guy eating babies, and there's some like devil goat heads and stuff. Oh yeah, I ended up finding my barefoot element, which would have been great for the copper sculpture previously. Then some boring photos, so I've got to take a lot of boring photos to hopefully one day take a semi-okay photo. Saw this guy, he's got a bit of a swagger to his stride, and I was trying to take photos as his arm sort of swung back and matched his sweat patches, which I was completely drenched in sweat as well. It was such a hot day. I was hoping to find some other fellow sweaty boy come walking towards us. People carrying unwieldy things in the city, always got to take photos of that. Nothing came into the frame to make it any more interesting though. Spotted this curly haired guy, and there was this like curly haired ad. Now, the chances of him blowing a kiss to someone were probably about 1 in 9 billion, but he did have a girl there, I don't know, maybe girlfriend. You could get very lucky. You gotta be an optimist, you know? Taking photos and stuff. She did have this sort of yellowy green rectangular thing that she was carrying, and he did wave, and that probably would have been a better photo, but I didn't take it. Again, another downside of filming everything you do, you can really analyze all the things you miss as well. But yeah, lots of cool light around Bern, like lots of things you can play with if you had more time. And then back at the station, I saw this tiny little newborn, and like the mum and the dad's holding its little hand. Nothing witty or humorous or nothing overly technical about the photo, but you know, documenting the human condition. It's a tiny little bubba. So that was a few hours in Bern. Milan was 9 days, and I took some of the best photos, if not the best photos I've ever taken on the Q3 in Milan. So very excited to get that up. Like, subscribe, follow along. I've got another sort of month and a half over here, all over the place, so it should be interesting. Cheers, bye.